100% from leaders, whether you are a manager at a job, or whether you are a servant in your local church, or even if you're a congregant in your church, you're still a leader, because a leadership is not determined by a position or title. Leadership, and when you are born again, you are literally grafted now into a kingdom life. So a kingdom life means you're going to have influence over somebody, whether that is at work or whatever it is. You have a spiritual leadership assignment over your life. A few years back, in one of our leadership meetings, one of our pastors, one thing he brought up was this: if 100% of the leaders and staff would take their walk with Jesus seriously when it comes to purity, when it comes to putting away distractions and actually seeking the face of God, if 100% of people's efforts that are in these positions would actually seek God, it will cause 50% of the congregation to want to actually follow. And why is that? It's because the Holy Spirit, it will intensify. I noticed when we started talking about this, I already knew what the Holy Spirit was putting down, which was this: that when we want the changes that we desire to see in our workspace, when people are living and speaking perversely or of the world, and these are managers and people in positions that are acclaimed Christians, but living contrary to what the Bible calls us to, this is why we are called to actually disciple people and be discipled. So we can have influence over the people in high places and authorities, so that the Holy Spirit can bring conviction through our way of living. This is why the power of influence actually is what determines leadership. My pastor, or my mentor, he is a pastor, but he's first also my mentor, had shared this with me. Vivek, leadership is not based off the title that you are given. And this was before I even stepped into any form of leadership in my church. He told me leadership is based off the way that you live. So don't get that confused, that it's about a position. And that really changed and challenged my perspective. And I started realizing, oh wow, okay. So when I deny myself and I pursue holiness and the righteousness of God and put my distractions on pause to really seek the face of God truly, that is what it means to actually be a leader. And so I want to encourage you, whoever you are, with whatever frustrations you deal with at work, whatever frustrations you deal with at home, if you're a pastor's kid or whatever it is in whatever community you're a part of, practice walking in the pursuit of God's righteousness and His ways and His statutes, and pursue Him, actually. Because what I can promise you is that even though you don't see the efforts and the effect of you pursuing God, even when you're around toxic people, it does affect people. It's kind of like this: if I walk down my neighbor and just down the street, and I see a random dude in my neighborhood that has like kind of pretty dope shoes, and I comment on, "Hey dude, I love your shoes," I might think, "Oh, cool shoes." I'm just a passing comment. But on the recipient that could actually make their day. Sometimes we don't realize the power of influence we have over somebody's life, whether by comments, like small comments like that, or the way that we live, the way that we respond. I encountered that when I first came to my local church, and the people would just lock eyes with me and be like, "Hey, how are you?" And they actually are emotionally and cognitively invested in wanting to ask you, "How are you?" and not just give you that typical, "Hey, how are you? Good, how are you?" No, like, it's not surface level. So when we can break past this barrier, this threshold of being surfacey, to actually showing you are invested in somebody, that has so much of an effect, and you're going to reap the benefits of that. And God is going to use that in such a mighty way where it's going to impact somebody's walk much more greatly than you know. So I hope this encourages you. I know this was kind of long-winded. I love you. Go in peace. This is not a rebuke. This is just a gentle reminder of the power of influence that you have over everyone around you. Go in peace.